Retreat to gain perspective. If all you do daily is responding to what's happening, you will never see your uniqueness, your differences that make you better from the rest. Preoccupied with our life, we never step back to think about us or about our place in the world. Pause, retreat. Stop reacting and think about how you should proactively approach your days. Daily law. Retreating shows not weakness but strength. It is something you must do every now and then to find yourself and detach yourself from infecting influences. Robert Greene. Lesson number 6. Study human nature to understand yourself and others. Regardless of how hard you try, you can't overcome your natural flaws, deep down. There are patterns that derail you from your goals, making you act emotionally when you should act rationally, convincing you to buy things instead of invest in things. All of these toxic deeds are influenced by nothing other than people, while surely a good company. Other people are the reason we struggle and feel pain. When we see others who have more, we feel envy. When we can't seduce or influence, we feel abandoned and weak. When we realize that others don't care about us because they really don't, we feel lonely and misunderstood. Getting to know this exciting blend of emotions and feelings that your mind is prone to experience will prepare you. Remove the fog and show you the prime source of all of your problems, precisely that you are your biggest enemy. How you think is what sabotages you. Studying human nature will help you see others and yourself inside out. Altering how you think is what you need to modify your perspective about the world. There's nothing stronger than human nature. We evolved from the same source. We all have the same basic traits. This means that we all experience the same range of emotions: envy, loneliness, anger, joy, etc. If you are jealous of something, chances are that at least half of the people you know are experiencing the same thing. Identifying how we primarily act will help you better spot weaknesses in your behavior and in the behavior of the people around you. The inner Athena. Pericles, a Greek statesman, believed that we all worship something. Most people worship their god, their ego, or their family. Pericles favored something else. He focused on nous, from Greek mind or intelligence. He was attracted to the goddess Athena, a representation of the strongest characteristic of people, rationality. If you can find calmness in moments of pure anger and think deeply, you will never have to regret your deeds. Do not let success intoxicate you. A degree of confidence is surely helpful. You need courage and inner strength to keep moving. But this positive characteristic can quickly lead to a downfall. Getting a promotion or winning a client is never an end. Quite the opposite. This is the beginning of a long process of proving to others and yourself that you deserved the promotion or the contract. The madness of groups. A support group is a double-edged sword. Your friends can convince you that your new business idea is good, that you should go for it. Equally, they can also quickly dismiss our concept and call it stupid. In both of the situations, how the group thinks heavily influences our decision, but is their opinion valuable? Every time you have an idea, step back and think about the feedback you're getting objectively. Groups offer the least rational way of thinking. Change your circumstances by changing your attitude. If you don't feel like going to a dinner party, if you find the concept of talking to others a chore, if you think that others should be the first to engage with you, I guarantee that you'll regret stepping foot out of the door. Conversely, if you're genuinely excited about going out, if you can't wait to speak to others, you will have a blast. Our attitude dictates how we behave, how we experience life. As the author writes, we shape much of the reality that we perceive, dictated by our moods and emotions. Depression and anxiety come from not being your complete self, from always playing a role. It requires great energy to keep this dark side at bay, but at times unpleasant behavior leaks out as a way to release the inner tension. Robert Greene. Lesson number 7. Use your emotions to reach rational decisions. We consider the animal side of ourselves, the part that's always emotionally reacting to what's happening, the supreme evil of our human existence. If only I stop being so emotional, we tell ourselves. We think that to be rational, you should get rid of all of your sensations, steering you towards disaster. That's not the case. Robert Greene points out that emotional thinking and rational thinking are internally connected. When used properly, anger, sadness, or envy can lead you to a better place. For instance, if you're frustrated about your current position in the world, and if you step back and think about the situation deeply, you can find an alternative route for yourself. To be a rational person is not about having a sterile brain absent from emotions. It's about achieving harmony between your emotions and your way of thinking. Hope for us all. To keep going with our long-term aim. The author offers two notions. First, to learn about people who were able to attain mastery. People like Leonardo da Vinci, Marcus Aurelius, Anton Chekhov. To use their accomplishments as fuel for our project. Secondly, to utilize the maker's mindset. When we work on our goal, we should feel excitement and energy, repress our ego, and become exceptionally practical. Know yourself thoroughly. Identify how you act under stress. Are you trying to please others? Are you reacting harshly? Do you tend to make irrational decisions? Knowing how you act in your weakest moments is essential for improving your life. You will then spend time finding an alternative route, a way to resist these impulsive reactions and figure out a better way to respond. Practice mit Freude. When we see others succeed, even though we try to hide it, we feel a pang of envy. That's our normal reaction. But where does this leave us? Only more crushed. Instead, the author suggests practicing something he borrowed from Friedrich Nietzsche, Mitfreude. This means that you actively try to feel the joy others are experiencing. When you see how others are making progress, try to feel their happiness. Imagine what it's like to be in their position. This will make you genuinely excited about them. Additionally, it will give you the strength to work on your own projects. Ascend the mountain. Locked in the present moment, we can get trapped in the daily news, tasks, actions, such that promote get-rich-fast schemes. Basically, everything you daily do is focused on getting results now. That's why shopping is booming. To avoid getting stuck in the base of the mountain where you're not progressing, you need to avoid status updates, daily news, products that offer quick results. Then, elevate your perspective. Focus on the big-scale events. Ascend the mountain to get clarity and keep your eyes on the important objective. Integrate the shadow side. In the book, Robert Greene shares how Abraham Lincoln regularly analyzed himself. He concluded that he is ambitious, rough, loved boxing, but at the same time he had a soft side. Deeply caring about animals, loved poetry, and resented any kind of physical cruelty. Instead of covering his sensitive side, he channeled it to end the war early. Embracing your opposing qualities is a virtue. Showing both your strengths and weaknesses will make you more authentic, more human, more likable. Also, this will prevent you from going insane because you won't have to hide part of yourself. Daily law. Your goal must be not only complete acceptance of your shadow side, but also the desire to integrate it into your present personality. By doing so, you will be a more complete human and will radiate an authenticity that will draw people to you. Robert Greene.